Now we had to film Bill, shots of Bill, as though he would be watching me do that. And those pieces of film would be intercut later with the pieces of film of me actually doing it. So when the camera was being set up on Bill to show his reaction, I started to rehearse it. And I said, Bill, I was over here, and I put my hands on the thing, and I said, pain, pain. And he said, well, wait, just a minute. Says the director, I wish Leonard would do it for me so I could really see what I'm reacting to, you know. And I said, well, Bill, you really, I mean, I was over here, and I said, pain, pain. No. I said,
now, I remember, do the line, and we'll see if I remember that.
Yeah. Okay. You want me to really do it?
Yeah. I'll tell you. Hold on. I wanted to, because there's an aftermath to this story. I want you to understand. Now, you understand, he did all his part separately during those 2 days. I come back, I've just buried my father, okay? I want to show everybody that it's still me, I'm back here, in charge of my mind, everything's okay. So I said, Leonard, do the thing for me. Do it full out now.
Right.
Don't just say pain, pain.
No.
Do it. And this is what happened. You're on the set now. And I'm looking off at the horse.
Pain. Pain.
Get that man an aspirin.
I dug this out of my garden today. I did. We have been asked over and over and over again.
I see you have a white thumb.
No, yeah. No, this is very, I cleaned it up. Okay. I cleaned it up nice because I wanted to bring it here to show to people tonight. To show to you tonight. We have been asked time and time again, did you know in 1966, when you started working on the Star Trek series, did you know, could you have imagined that 25 years later, you would still be making these films, and there would be a new series called The Next Generation, that this thing would last all these years? Did you know? Yeah. That's right. I dug this up out of my garden today because I wanted to bring it here and answer that question properly for you and these friends of ours, because I buried this in my garden in 1966. I did. It says right here, not to be opened until December 1991. Says it. If you can't see it, come and see me after the show, and I'll show it to you. Come up real close. Yeah.
Room 301.
It says here, September 1966. That's the date I wrote this. It says it right there. I predict there will be 3 seasons of this Star Trek series. Then we will be canceled by NBC after 79 episodes. The series will do extremely well in syndication. I even knew that. And in 1979, we will make Star Trek the Motion Picture, followed by 5 sequels. It says it right here. Star Trek VI will open to great response on December 6th, 1991. There will also be an additional TV series called Star Trek The Next Generation, which will be very successful. This letter should be read in public for the first time on the weekend of the opening of the Undiscovered Country. Now wait a minute. Preferably in Sacramento, California. Come here.
He is such a liar.
Does it say Sacramento, California right there? Tell Bill, what's it say?
How can you take your audience?
Doesn't
like
it say
that?
Sacramento, California right there?
That's your sister. I, on the other hand, had no idea. Why didn't you tell me?
I thought you knew.
No, we had no idea what was going to happen.
One of my favorite episodes was when Bill was split into two, when Kirk was split into two Kirks. There was a mean Kirk, there was a nice Kirk. And halfway through the story, the mean Kirk has got the phaser, and he's going to kill the nice Kirk. And if he does, we'll never get Humpty Dumpty back together again. So the script was written that Spock comes up behind, sneaks up behind the mean Kirk, and hits him on the head with the butt of a gun. That's what was written in the script. So I said to the director, I think we should do something different than that. He said, what do you mean? What do you have in mind? And I said, well, Spock is a graduate of the Vulcan Institute of Technology, where he took a number of courses in human anatomy. And Vulcans have a kind of energy that comes off their fingertips, which, if properly applied to the appropriate pressure points on the human anatomy, will render a human unconscious. The guy didn't know what I was talking about. But I told him, and he knew exactly what I was talking about. And when I came up behind him and I put my hand on his neck, he's the one that sold it. He went like that and dropped like a rock.
You know, through those segments, it became a running joke, really, as to how strong Spock really was. You know, 5 guys would come and attack the 2 of us, and he'd pinch one. And in the beginning, he'd take a short swing at least one other, leaving me 3 to deal with. But as the series got on, and he became a little more relaxed and a little, you know, the years went on, and he became a little more lethargic.
Cooler.
He'd pinch one guy and stand back and watch. And these stuntmen would beat the heck out of me. I thought this was really flashy. The bad guy would be coming, and I'd do a flying kick like you see in professional wrestling, where you fling your leg up, and the other guy flops over. Well, I got kind of used to doing that. That was Kirk's thing. I mean, I'd throw myself at the guy, and the guy would drop dead with a flying kick. So one day, on vacation, on hiatus, I had taken my kids to one of those places where you drive cars. You know, kids get in the cars, you race around the track.
Yeah.
So I was racing around go-kart place. I was racing around, and I'm kind of like Big Daddy, and my 3 kids are up in front of me, and I'm guarding my kids so nobody racing by. Somebody races by, almost hits my child. Okay? 6 minutes is up, all the cars come in. I walk over to the guy. I said, wait a minute. What are you doing? This guy gets out of his car. He's a monster. I said, now look. Those are my kids. And he's joined by 3 guys. They said, oh, yeah, smart ass. So, for a second, I thought I was Captain Kirk. I was ready. And I was just about to launch myself into one of those kicks when my mind clicked ahead. Who's made the law where an equal and opposite reaction?
It's a Newton law.
That's a Newton law.
Yeah.
I felt if I lifted myself and I pushed, I'd fall to the ground. And the 3 guys would kick me to death. So I started talking very quickly. Oh, yeah, well, I was just that, my finger in the air. And
Yeah. What do you remember about the city on the edge of forever?
Joan Collins. Little Joni.
Little Joni before it all happened.
How many times did Kirk get the girl?